those two tracks, that'd be pretty cool.
Also, I've had an opportunity to talk to many great athletes at various highest levels of sport. And I was with all the things that you've done, you look back, what do you think are the things you might have done that separated you from others in your sport that allowed you to have a lot more success than most others?
Well, number one, started very young. You know, my parents got me into quarter midget racing at 5.5 years old. That's number one. Then they recognized that I had something special, you know, behind the wheel, and they were, you know, fortunate enough to, you know, to make me fortunate enough to pursue that. And I drove, you know, a sprint car when I was 13.5 years old. I mean, to me, that's something that you know, took me about 10 years ahead of most of the guys that I was racing against. So those in itself just got me valuable experience at a young age. It got me to the Cup Series at a young age, and people believed in what I was doing. And you know, luckily I was able to back it up enough times to only build with that momentum.
When all is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be in racing?
In racing, I mean, I'd certainly, you know, be a winner and a champion. You know, that's what you want. You know, we do have 82 wins, and we're 1 away from KO and 82 away from Darrell, and that's pretty incredible in itself. And I'm happy with where we're at right now. But you know, with being that close to them, it certainly would and with having the year that we're having, I think we're capable of getting, you know, a few more wins. So that'd be pretty cool to pull off. You know, it's, to me, every year is about winning races and championships. And to me, at this point, winning 4 or 5 or however many isn't really going to change my legacy. And I want that legacy to be, you know, that you know, I was a hard charging driver that went out there and got the job done, you know, as good as anybody.
Yeah, would you ever go? Would you ever go to open wheels? Did you ever go to the Indy 500?
I was there. I went there first, and now I'm here.
Would you ever go? Would you ever go back and?
Hang on, Mike.
Full time.
Why would I do that?
Why not?
No.
When it's all said and done for you here.
They're all coming to drive our cars. I mean, honestly, the Indy 500, I'm passionate about it. It's like my all-time favorite race because I grew up watching the Indy 500. Had that opportunity come earlier in my career, I possibly would still be there.
They didn't want you back then.
Well, I mean, it's not that they didn't want me. It's just the opportunity wasn't there, and nobody certainly gave me, you know, the chance. So, what thing is that everything went so well with stock cars that why would I ever want to do anything different? And I have too much respect for those cars, the teams, and the drivers to not want to, you know, to think that I could go over there and just jump in and be competitive. I mean, you look at Juan Pablo, you look at Sam, you look at Dario Franchitti, some of the best up-wheel drivers came to our sport and have struggled. Who's to say it wouldn't be the same way for a guy like me to go over there?
The guy who designed the Audi turbo diesel Le Mans motor.
No kidding.
Very interesting. I think you'll
the
find
latest one, or?
Yeah, at Sebring I talked to him about it. I wrote a big story about it. It's fantastic. There's all kinds
Now
of
go
tricks
talk
on
to
it.
who designed the new Braun car. I want to.
That guy is the best guy in the business, you know, because he designed the Ferrari when Schumacher was there the whole time.
Right.
Benetton when Schumacher was there. And then he did, I don't know if you remember that, the purple silk cut Jaguar in the late 80s. It was a trick, very Formula One ground, the first real trick sports car. The guy has hit the money every time.
That's impressive. Those guys are on it.
He's really sharp. He knows how to make it work practically. You know, he's a cool
I'm
guy.
impressed. I'm having fun watching.
Meet him sometime.
I would like to. All right.
Anyway, enjoy that.
See you.
All the best. Good to see you.
All right, we are joined by Jeff Gordon, and let's get to the important stuff first, Jeff. Last time we saw you, we were down at F1 when you barely nipped me on the track. It was
Don't believe it.
yeah, it was not pretty. But the most important thing is afterwards we were talking at lunch, and you were telling me about the Jeff Gordon wine. So I went to every state liquor store here in New Hampshire, and I can't find it anywhere.
Well, we're going to have to work on that. It gets a little tough getting across state lines sometimes. But, no, we're very proud and excited about how the Jeff Gordon wine is doing. If you go to Reeds.com, is your best bet at getting a few bottles of it. And here soon we'll be offering it at the vineyard that we teamed up with August Briggs out in Napa Valley.
Because Carl thinks it's only like $6 a bottle, so he'll never touch it. He'll never touch it.
You know, we did it first class. It's definitely not going to be $6 a bottle.
All right,
Charlie, stay with the important
yeah, right. All right.
Stay with the important stuff. Now, Sunday, my wife is upset. The baby's got there, and she's upset the whole race. And I said, look, it's all right. And then you come on after and say, she said, go, Daddy, go. Now, which part of this is true?
Well, no,
We didn't see her.
No, she wasn't there.
Okay.
She was at home, but the previous weekend she was also not at the track. Ingrid was there, but Ella was not. And they said that she was saying, "Go, Papa, go!"
That's it.
You know, at the TV because she saw my car going around the track. So she's starting to recognize my car. Obviously, she recognizes my face when I'm on TV, and she wants to bring things up to show me on TV. You know, her dolls and different things at home. But I really was disappointed that they couldn't make it to Texas. It was just, you know, they're usually traveling to the track on Sundays, and Texas was just, you know, too far away for them to travel back and forth with her schedule. It's all about the baby's schedule these days.
But my wife used to love talking about wedges and, you know, all those adjustments. Now it's the baby I've got here.
I know it's a phenomenon that seems to be happening a lot lately, and it seems like I get asked more questions about the baby than anything else going on in my life.
All right, speaking of babies, the first time that I remember you racing here, Jeff, you were driving the Baby Ruth car. You had that porn actor mustache. It was pretty bad. Do you remember back in those days, the first couple of times you raced here?
I've heard that mustache described many ways, but that was not one. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Of course, I remember. You know, I was so excited to be driving that car. We were having a great year, and we came up here and we ran fantastic. I think we finished 4th or something that year. So, you know, I got a chance to come here to New Hampshire before the Cup guys did, because the Nationwide cars raced. I think it was me and Jeff Burt and Bobby Labonte and Kenny Wallace and some guys like that. And we got, you know, I think some really valuable laps on the track that really paid off in the Cup Series once we moved up to that.
Why do you think you've had so much success here in New Hampshire?
I mean, you know, I liked this track from the beginning, the first time we ever came here, and like having success at any track, it's all about your team. You know, you put a good car out there, and you know, I feel like we can win anywhere.
You got off to a great start, the team this year. What made it different the way you started this year as opposed to last year?
You know, I think we just learned a lot about this car and the setups and what we need to do for you know, that's going to make me comfortable and be able to push and go hard. I think Steve Letarte has done an awesome job with you know, organizing the engineers and the whole team. This team was strong last year, but we just didn't have the cars as comfortable and the speed in the cars that we really needed. And we went to work on that over the final 10 races as well as over the off season, and it's really paying off right now.
Last question. I was talking to Regis a couple of weeks ago. I said, Regis, when you retire, who's going to fill the seat? And he said, probably Jeff Gordon.
Oh, I find that hard to believe. But if I could have his hours and his pay, then yes, I might think about doing that. I love doing it. He's great to work with, so is Kelly, and it's a great show.
One more question. TMZ. I see you on TMZ, except once in a while their paparazzi get the name wrong.
But yeah. Let me tell you, anytime I see a camera, I usually know who it is, and I'm not smiling, but I make the most of it.
All right.